Hi, so today we'll be looking at proof by induction of the sum of n numbers. So the sum of n numbers we state is equal to n times n plus 1 over 2. And we're going to see the induction principle in action. So we first begin with what we call the base case. So the base case which is the basis of induction, is we write, so you can write base case. And the base case is essentially that 1 is equal to 1, because n is equal to 1, times 1 plus 1 divided by 2. And then we have 1 is equal to 1 times 2 over 2. And so 1 is equal to 2 over 2. And so 1 is equal to 1. So the base case is correct. So the base case is correct. And so we move on to our induction hypothesis. So the induction hypothesis is essentially we assume, so since the base case is true, we assume that the formula holds up until k values, which means that we have 1 plus 2 plus dot 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 up until k, or rather up until n is equal to n times n plus 1 over 2. So what we want to show is that it holds up until n plus 1. So we do this, we call this, which is the real proof, we call this the induction step. So this is the induction step. So we need to show that 1, so we need to show that 1 plus 2 up plus m plus n plus 1 is equal to n plus 1 times n plus 2 over 2. That's what we need to show. Okay, now what we do is we say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 plus n plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 plus n plus n plus 1. And so by our induction hypothesis, we say that we assume that this is equal to n times n plus 1 over 2 plus n plus 1. And so we get that n times n plus 1 plus 2 times n plus 1 is e over 2 is equal, so we assume that we know that this sum is equal to this, which is equal to n squared plus n plus 2n plus 2 over 2. And we get that n squared plus 3n plus 2 over 2, we get this formula, and we can actually factor this n squared into n plus 1 n plus 2 over 2. And you'll note that, so we get the n times n gets you n squared. 2n times 2 is 2n plus 1 times n, which is 3n, and then 1 times 2 is 2. So this factors perfectly into n plus 1 times n plus 2 over 2, which is the exact formula that we needed to prove. So this demonstrates that the formula holds from n to n plus 1, so it works infinitely, as we discussed in the last video. So this shows us that if I have a sum of n numbers, that the formula that we use to describe the sum is correct, and we did that with proof by induction. So I hope that was clear for everyone, and we'll have another example of proof by induction in the next video. I hope that was good for you guys, and I'll see you soon.